He applied for his Ssdi. It only took 3 weeks. We were shocked. 3 weeks. And they was like, yeah, because he has a killer disease. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Budget Bliss. And if this is your first time, welcome. Today I want to talk about something a lot of people are afraid to admit. Can you be broke and retire? Can you be broke and retire? I think the answer would be yes and no. But it's not going to be easy. Not at all. When I was younger, I thought retirement meant having a lot of money in the bank, traveling, and never worry about bills again. That's not reality. The reality is, let's see how much money do they want us to have before we retire. Let's see. Because it really depends on your lifestyle, too. So that's why I say yes and no. The amount you need to retire depends on your lifestyles, where you live. But here are some average. Very basic retirement, about $250,000 to $500,000 in savings, plus your Social Security. The average retirement around $500,000 to $1 million in savings. More comfortable retirement, $1 million or more. And guys, most of us do not have that at all, not even close to it. Most of us only really have like a little bit in the savings account and our Social Security. That's all we have. My husband's family, mostly everybody, all the kids, they retired with a retirement pension, a retirement plan. But my husband, unfortunately, and he have a brother, an illness popped up. So that made it where he had to retire early. And I've been retired myself. I think I retired before I had my daughter. Around in my 30s, I was semi-retired, retired, but I was able, still to work, be able to work part-time. And then when I found my health getting better, I went back to work full-time, but that wasn't working, so I had to semi-retire. You can retire, only make so much to receive your Ssdi. So I did that for a little bit, full-time, working again. But the virus came. And right when the virus came, my husband had started dialysis. And you guys know when the virus hit, a lot of people were passing away, especially older people that was in the hospital. They finally couldn't come and visit them. A lot of people died alone. Oh my God. I couldn't deal with I know I wouldn't have been able to deal with that. I made my son quit. My husband like, okay, I'm going on dialysis. We got to do something here. So he retired, and then I, retired fully. Couldn't do it. We didn't want to take that chance. We could not. Ain't no way. They would let me in the hospital. Ain't no way. I would have to talk to my husband through a window. That was so sad. But yeah, he retired. Right, probably, he started dialysis the next week when the virus got bad, so we made the decision. We looked over our income and like, okay, yeah, we can do this, but we got to cash in our 401ks and stuff. Because we didn't know how long the Social Security was going to take. For me, when I applied for my Social Security, it didn't take that long, probably about a year, 6 months to a year. But, now times are harder. They making people wait longer. They're denying people. So we didn't know. So we had to cash in the 401k to continue, to maintain our lifestyle, which was very low at the time. He applied for his Ssdi. It only took 3 weeks. We were shocked. 3 weeks. And they was like, yeah, because he has a killer disease. And so he got that started. And then, thank God, a year later, he got his kidney. Thank God. Yeah, okay, I got my kidney. He was doing dialysis and going to work. Yeah, he was. So when he got his kidney, he was like, let me see, can I work? He tried. Didn't work. Didn't work. So he gave it up, and I think it was all worth it at the end. No amount of money can replace your life. So that's a decision we did, and we doing good because we don't have no, we don't have no big car payment. We don't have no big fancy house with a mortgage, $2,000-3,000 a month. So thank God we was able to retire and being broke. Yeah, because our mortgage is only $1,200. Bills, it's enough. Ain't no amount of money worth our life, so that's why we decide, to go and retire, hang it up, cash in everything. Risk getting sick and one of us pass. We in this together. We need to grow old together. But yeah, I think it really depends. Like if you just have a basic house, basic bills, don't need all this lovely stuff, you'll be good. We already enjoyed ourselves traveling, going places, doing things we enjoyed that young, with our kids. So it's nowhere that I would want to go really. I just really want to go to Texas. But I don't need to go to Texas now because they building a Buc-ee's out here. But in Arizona, I think Goodyear, or Avondale, they will be opening up a Buc-ee's in within 20 in less than a week. Most everybody on Social Security have under 100,000. But my answer is mostly going to be yes. You just got a budget. Watch the money you spend, but that's for a two-person income. Now, one person, it's going to be tight. But it might be possible, especially by then if the house is paid for. You just really got to depend on the lights, gas, water, and food. But yeah, it's going to be real tight. But I think a one person can do it too. Just depend on your lifestyle, depend on what you got to pay for. If your house is paid for, I really think one person can make it on Ssdi. What a little side hustle to make a little extra income to, do a little bit to take like a trip or something. How much you get? Like with me, they say I should be able to get my widow's benefits, so I'll be able to get my husband Ssdi because he gets more than me. So that would help. That would pay the mortgage and a couple of bills. And then I have a side hustle, to get by. And if I have to, I'm just gonna have to get me a sugar daddy. Not really a sugar daddy, but a little side piece. But I ain't gonna do that. But if the opportunity come through, I will get remarried. I am not gonna die alone, be alone. No, I refuse to. I am not, because I'm not changing a light bulb. I'm not taking out no trash. I'm not taking a trash can to the street. I'm not cleaning no toilets. And that's just me, the way I feel. A lot of women love doing the manly stuff, but I'm not doing it. If you used to the big lavish life, you gotta cut it down, because it ain't gonna work no more. Yeah, you can do it. Just gotta put your mind to it, gotta put that bank account to it. Just live a regular, simple life, especially if you already, did what you wanted to do, seen what you wanted to see. The only thing I would love to do now is just go to New York twice. I would go to Texas just to visit. California, wouldn't mind going back and forth to California because of the beaches, and it's so nice there. I wouldn't mind having a second home too in California. So I already told him, don't be looking forward to nothing, because it will say this house or these house or those house will go to these two kids. Me and my husband said this years ago. We was gonna talk to his nephew to help these two, figure it out if something do happen to us and the house is still here. Cause he's a good, he know his work. So we'll talk to him and leave his name in the will if he want to. Help them decide, because, they're going to be going crazy if something do happen to us in the house is still here, I think he would, really help them out, tell them what to do, how to do it. And if you haven't lived a big lifestyle, you don't have nothing to worry about. You got this. You got this. You can do it. With the good Lord, you got it. Yes, you do. It's very, very possible. One income, it's possible. Because all kind of side hustles out there for you to do. Just do what you gotta do. Bye, guys.